Hello, Brad. I just wanted to let you know I'm not wearing any pants. Hi, I'm Brian.
Hi, I'm Brad.
I live in Houston.
And I live in Dallas.
I shoot with a Nikon.
I shoot with a Canon. And this is your photo fix.
That's right, your photo fix. Welcome to the very first, very rough, and probably very bad episode of Your Photo Fix. Hello, I'm Brian, and I'm going to be talking to you today about the most commonly asked question in photography. What's the best brand, Nikon or Canon? What about Sony? Nikon versus Canon versus Sony versus everything. Now in this episode I'm not going to delve too much into point and shoots because that's something really you have to play with yourself to find out, as is really the theme of life. Just kind of play with it, find out what you like. In this episode we're going to be mostly concentrating on the digital SLRs because that's usually what people ask me about. People don't really ask too many questions about point and shoots. It's the SLRs that really start to get them. Now I'm going to talk to you right now about the pros and cons of the main poop. Right now I'm going to talk to you about the main differences between the main brands. The pros and cons of each. Not really pros and cons, more as preferences and things you'd rather it do that it doesn't. Nikon. Nikon's camera is mostly, one of the main benefits people like about them, I myself especially, is the ease of use. I started off not knowing what I was doing. I just bought a camera and I pretty much taught myself, as a lot of people tend to do. Nikon was real easy to use, really user-friendly, and I could figure most stuff out on my own. I had some photography knowledge, not a whole lot, but I figured it out. Some of the things that Nikon have as a downfall, and I've found this out myself, buying a lower-end Nikon camera to start off with, you can't use older lenses. It has to be an AFS lens or a DX lens. Will my lenses work on my new SLR? Probably. Then it might not. Because the lower Nikon bodies don't have the focus motor for the lens in the body itself. They're found in the DX lenses. So if you put a lens on that does not have a motor on a body that does not have a motor, it won't focus. And to some people that's not a big deal. Some people like to focus themselves. Some people though, some people don't. Some people don't like to focus if they don't have to. I'm just going to go into the Canon. Alright, Canon's pros. They've got real fast top-end lenses. Once you get out to the zoom lenses and the lenses that you would use for more sports or professional photography, they're real quick, they're real crisp, and everybody seems to like them across the board. I haven't really heard any arguments with them. Whereas some of the other camera companies have gone through stabilization issues or even focal issues because the lens is so long it'll start to slip, if you will. They've had to correct that on multiple brands. Some of the bad things about a Canon, however, are it's not as easy to use just to pick up. You've got to go into the menus to use some of the functions, and it's just not as intuitive as it would be on some of the other brands. Now, Sony is an up-and-coming brand, and some people really prefer it. I also have a little bit of a hidden romance with Sony because I started on Minolta, and Minolta was actually incorporated with Sony, so it still uses some of the same lenses. So if you used to own a Minolta camera, you might be able to use some of your lenses on a Sony. So try that. Now, some of the good things about Sony that has been coming out that people really like, I just want to mention this real quick, they actually have 3D panorama. Play it back on your TV and you put on those refraction glasses, it's 3D, it's pretty cool. But that's a side tangent for another day. Let's get into it. We'll do a video some other time on 3D imaging. One of the good things about the Sony cameras that have come out lately is really fast focus. They focus really quickly and they're really sharp. Another good thing that I really like about them is the dedicated sensor. When you put this camera on live mode, or live view rather, it'll focus much quicker than anything else. You don't have that delay in there. It'll take the picture. And it's great. It's very quick. It's not frustrating at all. Now some of the cons of having a Sony are it's so new, it's going to have limited resources, or limited peripherals, and limited knowledge. A lot of people don't know as much about the Sonys. I myself, I'm still learning every day about these Sony cameras. I'm thirsty. Now there's going to be limited information on these cameras, but you can always do what everybody should do, and I recommend to everyone when you buy a camera, read your manual.
While editing this video, I realized I'd never filmed an ending, so I'm doing it right now off my laptop while I'm working on it. I know the video wasn't very informative, but I'm hoping it helps you out at least a little bit. If you have any more questions on a particular camera or a particular subject, please leave the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to them.
But wait, don't close the window yet, Brad. What we have to come up with a series of rules for these videos. How long can the videos be? What's the maximum? What's the minimum? What's the frequency? Are we going to do one every week? Are we going to do one every 2 weeks? What I want to do is I'm going to do one, I would like to do, see what you think. One video a month, question and answer like this. And then one other video a month of behind the scenes shooting with me on my projects. So you'll get to see the whole elaborate process of me talking with the models or whoever is wanting me to do photos of them, or whoever I'm wanting to do photos of, and then the setup, getting ready, going out to the location, setting everything up, and taking photos, swatting mosquitoes, that's the best part, and then tearing down, working on the photos, all that fun stuff, and putting it in a video for you, so you can see the way I roll, because I roll pretty hard. I'm tired.